After Rosencrantz and Guildenstern report their failure to find the cause of Hamlet's madness, Polonius places Ophelia where he and Claudius may secretly observe a meeting between her and Hamlet. Hamlet is at first courteous to Ophelia, but suddenly he turns on her. He denies having loved her, asks where her father is, attacks womankind, and tells her she should enter a nunnery. After Hamlet exits, Claudius decides that Hamlet's erratic behavior is not caused by love and announces a plan to send Hamlet on an embassy to England. Polonius persuades Claudius to take no action until Gertrude talks with Hamlet after the play, which is scheduled for that evening.
And can you by no drift of conference get from him why he puts on this confusion, grading so harshly all his days of quiet with turbulent and dangerous lunacy?
He does confess he feels himself distracted, but from what cause he will by no means speak.
Nor do we find him forward to be sounded, but with a crafty madness keeps aloof. When we would bring him onto some confession of his true state, did he receive you well?
Most like a gentleman.
But with much forcing of his disposition.
In regard of question, but our demands most freely in his reply.
Did you assay him to any pastimes?
Madam, if so fell out that certain players we overwrought on the way, of these we told him, and theirs did seem in his kind of joy. To hear of this, they are here about the court, and as I think they have already ordered this night to play before him.
'Tis most true, and he beseeched me to entreat your majesties to hear and see the matter.
With all my heart, and it doth much content me to hear him so inclined. Good gentlemen, give him a further edge, and drive his purpose into these delights.
We shall, my lord.
Sweet Gertrude, leave us too, for we have closely sent for Hamlet hither, that he, as twere by accident, may here affront Ophelia. Her father and myself, lawful as feels, will so bestow ourselves that seeking unseen and gathered by him and his behave, it would be the affliction of his love, or know that he suffers for.
I shall obey you, and for your part, Ophelia, I do wish such a good beauty be the happy cause of Hamlet's wildness. So shall I hope your virtues will bring him to his wonted way again, to both your honors.
Madam, I wish it may. Ophelia, walk you here. Gracious so please you that we bestow ourselves. Read on this book to show of such exercise may color. Your loneliness we are oft to blame, and this 'tis too much proof that with devotion's visage and pious action we do sugar over the devil himself.
Oh, 'tis too true, how smart a lash that speech doth give my conscience. The harlot's cheek beautified with plastic art is not more ugly to the thing that helps it. Then is my deed to my most painted word, O heavy burden.
I hear him coming. Let's withdraw, my lord.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take in arms against the sea of troubles and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep, no more, and by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Ay, there's the rub. For in that the sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. That's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietest make with the bare bodkin? Who would fardels bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country, for whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have than to fly to others that we know not of. This conscience does make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sickled over the pale cast of thought. An enterprise of great pitch and moment with disregard, their currents turn awry and lose the name of action. Soft now the fair Ophelia, nymph in my horizons, be all my sins remembered.
Good, my lord. How does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have long longed to redeliver. I pray you now receive them.
No, not I never gave you naught.
My honored lord, you know right well you did, and with them words of so sweet breath composed as made the things more rich, their perfume lost. Take these again, for to the noble mind rich gifts wax poor, when givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Ha ha! Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means you, your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty.
Could beauty, my lord, have better commerce than with honesty?
Aye, truly, for the power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what it is to a bond than the force of honesty can translate beauty into his likeness. This was sometime a paradox, but now the time gives it proof. I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord. May he believe so?
You should not have believed me, for virtue cannot so inoculate our old stocks, but we shall relish of it. I loved you not.
I was more to see you.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent honest, but yet I could accuse me of such things that it were better my mother had not had me. I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offences at my beck than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act in them. What should fellows as I do, crawling between heaven and earth? We are errant knaves all, believe none of us. Go thy ways to a nunnery. Where is your father?
At home, my lord.
Let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house. Farewell.
Oh, help him, sweet heavens!
If thou dost marry, I'll give thee this plague for thy dowry. Be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow, thou shalt not escape calumny. Get thee to a nunnery. Farewell. Or if thou wilt needs marry, marry a fool, for wise men know well enough what monsters you make of them. To a nunnery, go, and quickly too. Farewell.
Heavenly powers, restore him!
I have heard of your paintings, too, well enough. God hath given you one face, and you make yourselves another. You jig and amble, and you lisp, you nickname God's creatures, and make your wantonness your ignorance. Go to, I'll no more on it. It has made me mad. I say we will have no more marriage. Those that are married already, all but one shall live. The rest shall keep as they are. To a nunnery, go.
Oh, what a noble mind is here overthrown. The courtiers, soldiers, scholars, eye, tongue, sword, the expectancy and the rose of the fair state, the glass of fashion, the mold of form, the observed of all observers, quite down. And I, of ladies most deject and wretched, that sucked the honey and the musicked vows, now see that noble and most sovereign reason, like sweet bells jangled, out of time and harsh, the unmatched form and stature of blown youth, blasted with ecstasy. Oh, woe is me, to see what I have seen, see what I see!
Love, his affections do not that way tend, nor what he spake, though it lacked form a little, was not like madness. There is something in his soul over which his melancholy sits on brood, and I do doubt the hatch and the disclose will be some danger, which for to prevent, I have in quick determination thus set it down. He shall with speed to England, for the demand of our neglected tribute. Haply the seas and countries different with variable objects shall expel this something settled matter in his heart, whereon his brain still beating puts him thus in fashion of himself. What think you on it?
It shall do well, but yet I do believe the origin and commencement of his grief sprung from neglected love. How now, Ophelia? You need not to tell us what Lord Hamlet said. We heard it all. My lord, do as you please, but if you hold it fit after the play, let his queen mother all alone entreat him. To show his grief, let her be round with it, and I'll be placed so please you in the ear of all their conference. If she find him not to England, send him, or confine him where your wisdom best shall think.
It shall be so. Madness in great ones should not unwatched go.